How is it going, everybody? You're watching Then About Tech, and today I'm going to talk about focus on the iPhone, which is, in my opinion, one of the coolest features Apple has released in a long time. If you're not really familiar with focus, you could think of it as an evolution of Do Not Disturb, but it can do so much more than Do Not Disturb, and in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about focus and of course how to take advantage and how to master focus on the iPhone, which is an incredible tool for productivity and for getting things done. So as you probably know, if you pull down on the control center, you'll see right here in this bubble Do Not Disturb, because it is the default focus. But of course we have many other possibilities of focus mode. So if you tap here outside the little circle, if we tap here, for example, you see that we have this other page where we can see all of the focus that we have on our iPhone. By default, we have 4: Do Not Disturb, Personal, Work, and Sleep. But of course, we can fully customize those 4 focus and create as many focus as we want. So in this video, let's do that, all right? So in order to do that, let's tap on Settings, and then let's scroll down a bit until you see Focus. And right here we have the page where we can customize everything. So as I said, the 4 focuses that we have, and of course we can create a new one at the top right hand corner. But before that, I want to talk about share across devices, because this is very cool as well. I recommend that you leave this turned on, because when you have this possibility turned on, and if you have other Apple devices like an Apple Watch, iPad, Mac, when you enable any focus mode that you want, it'll enable on all of your devices. So then if you enable on your iPhone, it'll do the same thing for other devices and vice versa. And this is pretty important because when you want to use a focus mode, generally you want to use for everything. So I do recommend that you leave this turned on. Now, let's talk about how to create a new focus mode, and then of course I'm going to show you how to customize the standard ones, because maybe you want to use the standard ones, maybe you want to create a new one, so I'm going to show you the whole thing. Alright, so if you tap on the plus button at the top right hand corner, you can create a new focus. And as you can see right here, we have the possibility to create a custom one, which you can fully personalize for you. And of course, other ones that Apple will suggest you, like driving, fitness, gaming, mindfulness, and reading. What I want you to understand is a focus is pretty much a mode you're going to customize your iPhone for when you're doing an activity. So driving, fitness, gaming, studying, sleeping, for any activity that you want. So focus, at the end of the day, is pretty much a notifications manager that will help you so much with productivity and staying focused. It'll pretty much control and manage who and what can notify you or can't notify you, who can reach you and who can't. And of course, you can select this to create a personalized, perfect focus for your activities. All right, now that we're clear, let's begin. So let's go ahead and create a new focus right here. So I can tap on the first one, and then here you can name it, create an emoji, and create the color to represent your activity. I'm gonna create one called study. All right, so study, and of course you can create for any activity that you want. And then I'm gonna put as a green icon, and then I'm gonna put those books right here representing study. All right, so tap on next. And here is where I can allow people for notifications. As I said, Focus is a notifications manager. So then right here I can choose who can and who can't notify me. In this case right here, Apple just pre-selected iOS, pre-selected my favorites, as you can see right there. So then my mother, father, brother, and my girlfriend. And I can't leave those people because I want them to be able to notify me even when I'm studying. But maybe for your activity, you don't want anyone to be able to notify you. No problem at all. All right, so you can just remove everyone if you don't want anybody to notify you. You can understand this section right here as people who are able to notify you with messages. So those people that are here will be able to send you iMessages, WhatsApp, Instagram direct messages, and things like that. So those people will always go through. iOS will let it go through even when you are on the focus mode. All right, here we can talk about calls, because this is important as well. As I said, here's for notifications and messages. Here is for calls. So you can tap on calls from, and you can choose who can and who can't call you. You can choose everyone, no one, your favorites, all your contacts. You can choose even your groups. So then depending on your activity, again, you may want people to call you or not, or just selected people. I'm gonna set favorites, so only favorites will be able to call me when I am on this focus, when I am studying, right? Here we also have allow repeated calls, which is a second call from the same person within 3 minutes will not be silenced. So even if they are not on your favorites, for example, if somebody actually phones you twice within 3 minutes, the call will go through. You may want to have this on or off. I generally have it off because I just want my favorites to call me when I'm studying, all right? So I'm gonna tap on done. So then I already have here notifications, and I already have here calls from. Of course, if you don't want no one to disturb you when you are creating your focus mode, you can simply tap here allow none. So no calls, no notifications, absolutely nothing will actually go through. You get no notifications at all, absolutely nothing. All right, if you choose allow none. Maybe that's the case for you. So let's go to allow. So then I have allowed for those people, for my favorites in my case. And here we have allowed apps for notifications, because maybe depending on the activity you're doing, you may need some applications to notify you. So on the other page, we were talking about people. On this page, we're talking about apps. So you can choose here which apps can notify you. In my case, since I'm talking about studying, I don't want any application to actually be able to notify me when I'm studying. So I won't get any notification from apps. But of course, and this is important, we have here time sensitive. And this is important. If you turn on time sensitive, your focus will only allow notifications from your reminders, your calendars, so from alerts that you have manually created yourself. So your reminders, your calendars, your events, they'll go through even when you're on the focus mode. And I do recommend that you leave this on, because if it's a reminder, an event, or something that you have created, generally you want to be notified about. All right. So in my case, allow only time sensitive. But of course, if you also don't want to be notified by absolutely anything, you can tap on the option allow none. All right. So in my case, only time sensitive. Done. And as you can see here, my focus is ready. I can tap on done, and then here I have a small summary. So then I have my focus, my notifications, so from the people that I want and from the apps that I want that we have just pre-selected. And here we have some other options that are very, very cool. First, we have focus status. So as you can see here, share focus status when this feature is turned on, and if somebody who's not in your allowed list messages you with iMessage, your iPhone will automatically send you this notification saying that Daniel, which is in my case, of course, Daniel has notifications silenced. So then, as you can see here, they'll just notify the person that I'm not getting those notifications. All right, so this is cool. If we come back, we have home screen, and this is awesome as well. The possibility to hide notification badges and to use custom pages. This is important as well if you get disturbed and if you get annoyed and if you get distracted by those badges on top of applications, because you may be using your iPhone, let's say in my case, to study, and then you go to the home page of your iPhone, and then you see, for example, right here, badges, and then you may think, right, somebody's talking to me, and then this may disturb you and this may distract you. So then you have the possibility here on home screen to hide notification badges, and then you won't be disturbed by that. And also, and this is one of the most important customizations in my opinion, custom pages. So if you enable custom pages, you will only be able to see some pages on your home screen when you are in the focus mode specifically. So what I generally do is I generally leave WhatsApp and Instagram, which generally distract me a lot, on this last page of my home screen. So then when I'm on a focus mode, I generally select only the two first ones. So I'll only be able to view the two first ones, so I don't view the third. Therefore, I don't get distracted all the time opening up WhatsApp and opening up Instagram. So then when I tap on done, as you can see right here, I can only see those 2 pages when I'm on this study focus, this focus that we have just created. Let me show you. If we come back and if I enable study, if I go here, I can only access those 2 pages. If I go to the third, it doesn't exist anymore. Of course, I can still use it from the app library. As you guys can see, I can still search it, no problem, but it's just not in your face all the time. All right, so this is cool in my opinion. If we keep going, we have lock screen, and then you have the possibility to dim lock screen, and also to show or not your silence notifications on the lock screen. I generally leave this turned on. The dim lock screen, I don't see a point really in this case specifically. But then show on lock screen, I generally leave on turned on. So then when you lock your iPhone, you can see those silence notifications. They won't notify you. You won't get the banners and everything. But when you check on your lock screen, you'll be able to just have a glance at those notifications. But of course, if you want to be fully like immersed and you don't want to get distracted at all, you can disable this as well. So you won't even be able to see the notifications in the lock screen. So you'll be completely focused. All right, so then you can choose right here, and then last but not least, name and appearance, so you can edit and customize and change if you want your focus mode. We have here also the option to add schedule or automation, and this is very, very cool. So if you tap here, you have the possibility to choose when exactly a focus mode will be enabled automatically. So then by time, for example, so if you want it to start at a time and end at a time, location as well. So if you want it to be enabled when you get home, when you leave home, when you get to work, whatever. And here, when you open some application. And of course, you also have smart activation. So then iOS will use machine learning and AI and everything to actually enable it automatically, knowing your routine, learning your routine, and everything like that. All right, so you can choose this automation for you. And that's pretty much it for the focus. And of course, here you have the possibility to delete the focus if you don't want it anymore. You can easily delete it. So coming back now, as you can see, we have 4 focus now. Do not disturb, personal, sleep, study, which is turned on because I have turned it on, and work. And that's pretty much it. If you want to actually edit the focus modes, the default ones that Apple created, you can do that by tapping on them, and you see the exact same interface we were looking at, where you can easily choose notifications for people, apps, all your options, and everything that we just done on our test study focus. You can do the exact same thing for the others, including deleting them as well. The only one that you can't delete is do not disturb. You can do that, that's the default one, but the other ones you can delete, so you can do that if you want to. All right, so that's it. That's literally it. A full review, a full explanation on how focus works on the iPhone, and I really do hope that you enjoyed this video and that you're going to use this to get much more productivity for you. So that's it, and I'll see you on the next video as usual. Bye bye.